So you want to take your hobby and passion of being a video editor to the next level. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be showing you how to do that. So the first thing you're going to need before you even think about making money is going to be a showreel. A lot of people don't understand and don't seem to get it into their skulls that you have to edit to become a video editor. If you haven't got anything to edit, find things to edit. Fan videos, royalty-free footage, free editing gigs, offer your services out there for people, do loads of different kind of things. I myself got started editing gameplay videos. I edited gameplay videos, showed them to the right people who were just like, would you like an opportunity to edit this thing unpaid? I said yes. I managed to get more things into a showreel, started splicing things together, did jobs myself, filmed a lot of things. Luckily, alongside being a video editor, I was also starting to become a director and a camera operator and a cinematography. I got into everything around editing video. So that's the first thing. You need to find things to edit if you don't have anything to edit. Whether that is offering your services for free or whether that's getting the footage yourself. And if you can't do two of those things, then get footage from online, create narratives, create stories, use, maybe motivational speeches, edit videos like that. Show off your skills any way possible. It's so important. So if you want to do more kind of like visual effects movie kind of stuff, why don't you take footage online of somebody breathing and then add fire onto that, add different effects onto that, show your skills, advance your skills. That's literally what I do. I do that even recently as I've been learning Unreal Engine. I've been creating scenes and creating scenarios in Unreal to show my Unreal skills. You literally have the world at your fingertips, if that even makes sense. You can edit anything. So now we've got a showreel together. The next thing we need to do is start finding work. Where do we start off as? And this is where the first segment of this video comes into. And that is what I'm guessing most of you are here watching and where most of you want to be. And that is as a freelancer. So being a freelance video editor. Being a freelance video editor isn't as good as people think. People seem to think that it's the bread and butter, the bee's knees of video editing. You earn lots of money, do little work, and do a fun job all the time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you that is absolutely, mostly, and truly wrong. Freelance video editing isn't easy. In fact, it's probably harder than a lot of the other parts because there are so many people video editing, but you can still do it if you want to. Like I said, I've been through months where I've earned lots of money and I've been through months where I've earned no money. Like I said before, it's about being the right person in the right place at the right time. So one of the first great points of being a freelance video editor is that you get to work when, where, and how you kind of want to. It's as simple as that. You can really work wherever and whenever. You can work in a coffee shop, you can work at home, you can work in bed, you can work in pajamas. A lot of those things I do. And it's a great plus side for people who are creative and need that kind of creative freedom to help them become creative. If you feel like you want to be around people to edit some kind of scene, or you want, background sounds or blah, 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 to really help you flow this scene or whatever, you can do that. If you want to be at night when it's a bit more quiet and private and, everything's just tiptoeing around and stuff like that, and you've got your headphones in the middle of the night, honestly, that is beautiful. I love editing during the night, but it's a great part of the job. It is a great thing. Don't get me wrong. My partner's massively jealous when I can just stand up and go out and grab a coffee and just do whatever I want. Take 5 minutes away, go and sit in front of the sofa and watch a movie instead of working. Yes, it loses money, but it's fun. The next good thing about freelance video editing is the fact that you can earn a lot more than if you were in a full-time career. The price is really matched at your ability, the people the contacts that you make, and by how good you are. In fact, to be fair, you could be good and offering a low price, but we're not going to talk about that. Don't do that. Offer what you're worth. Very important. So I know there's more good points, but the two main points that I have is earning more money and working where, when, and how you want to. So a couple of bad points is that you do have to do your own taxes. You've got to tax your own money. Say if you earned £20,000 in a year, 20% of that to 15 to 20% of that has to go on taxes, which means that you will only earn kind of, say, I don't know, I'm not very good at maths, but like £18,000, which then kind of makes your average amount that you earn quite bad. So you've got to earn way more. Just remember that. So freelance video editing, where and how can you get work? So in my 11 years of freelance video editing, I have worked on YouTube channels like What Culture and Mr. GG Live and stuff like that. And I really do enjoy doing YouTube video edits. I find them fun, easy, and they're just always a good time. And it's a good place to get yourself started making reoccurring clients. So a lot of YouTubers, if you impress them and you make a good relationship, you can often start getting reoccurring jobs. So maybe a couple of times a week or a couple of times a month, you're gonna be editing that YouTuber's videos, which is always a blast. And it gives yourself a starting point to get yourself implemented in reoccurring constant income each month. And that is one of the secrets to freelance video editing. Even though you might say that you can work on any job whenever you want, you really kind of want to get yourself some constant income coming in every month, at least 3-4 jobs that can kind of bolster most of your wage. So for me, I really had YouTubers to actually fall back on when the month was looking a bit dry. I had some kind of income guaranteed each month. The next place I'm going to be sending you to is Upwork. Upwork is a place where you can get loads of jobs or no jobs. It's a bit of a hard one. So to tell you a little bit about Upwork is a place where you apply for jobs. Job postings are put out there by potential employers, and you have to write a CV and a cover letter as such to really apply for the jobs, and hopefully they pick you. There are upsides to this. Upsides are that there are a lot of good potential, good paying gigs. The bad sides are that you have to spend your credits to be able to apply for those jobs, and it can be very competitive. But turning those clients into recurring clients can be the key to your survival as a freelance video editor. So for myself, I had a client on Upwork which has gone on for the past 6 years. That's a really good recurring client. But yes, there's loads of upsides and downsides to Upwork, but it's just one of those places. You need to be in a load of different places. So the next place is people per hour. It's exactly the same. But yes, you need to be on every single site, everything, looking for all sorts of different jobs. Like I said, the good side is that you will work on so many different types of gigs. It can be anything from weddings to corporate gigs, all the way to films and stuff like that. The next place you're going to be looking for work is Fiverr. Fiverr is a great place to get yourself out there and get the clients coming to you. I've done a video on how to become a rising talent on Fiverr, which I know a lot of people say, oh, it isn't all that. But having a good solid profile on Fiverr is so important. I'm not going to talk too much about Fiverr because I don't have that much experience in it, but I can see the potential and see how it could work and see how you could really make Fiverr a massive staple in your business. Now we've talked about freelancing, it's time to take a look at the other routes that you can go to becoming a video editor. And it does change quite a bit. So if you decided that once you've got some work under your belt and got a bit of a portfolio, that freelancing isn't for you and that you want a stable income to have things like easily reliable income, to be able to easily get mortgages and go to the next level, or you want to work with a company, you want to grow through a company, blah, 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 here's the next route. And I will give you my personal opinion after I've done this, and I can tell you my experiences after I've described to you about these opportunities. So some of the benefits of being a full-time video editor are, like I said, having things like pension schemes, income every single month, constant work, places to kind of call home as such, and a bit more of a normality to this crazy career of video editing. Another one of the pluses are that you don't have to constantly spend time looking for work. Looking for work can be one of the most stressful parts, and constantly having work come to your table is the best part of being full-time. If and when I'm full-time, I don't need to think about going to look for work. I don't have to worry about money coming in the next month. I don't have to, I can have and pay my mortgage without having to worry about when the next bill is going to come, or if a client dries up, because that will happen. It does happen. I've had recurring clients who have dried up for 3 to 6 months of a period, or even a year at times, and I'm worried about when the money's going to come next. The downsides are obviously far less freedom. I don't personally like to work this way, and I always personally condone this style of management, but you've got micromanagers out there, people who like track your time down to the minute, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. You know, there's workplace kind of stuff. It's a normal 9 to 5. It's not as free-flowing as freelancing is. So where can you look for full-time video editors jobs, and what do you need to be able to apply for full-time video editing work? A lot of the time, video editing work and entry-level jobs are quite easy to come by. All you need to do is kind of have yourself a show reel, kind of have a CV, do some jobs here and there. Like a lot of the times when I talk about starting out as a video editor, and yeah, you just get started, start applying on places like Indeed. LinkedIn is one of the greatest places for looking for work. I will do a video about LinkedIn soon, but LinkedIn is one of the best places to look for work. It's a fact. But there's other sites like Glassdoor and Indeed. I've already said that one, but for your country and where you are, there'll be loads of versions of that where you look for job sites. Even Google has job boards. So it's so easy looking for work. And there's so many jobs out there for video editors. The scale of pay can range from entry level, basic minimum wage, all the way to quite good. Another one of the upsides to being a full-time video editor is that you get opportunities to grow with a company. You get to offer your skills and work on the jobs that they get. You don't have to get the jobs, they get them for you. But you are limited in the scope of what your work is going to be. And then the last job that I would say, you would think there's only freelancer and full-time video editor. There is another one, hybrid. Yes. So a hybrid video editor, I would say, is somebody who offers maybe part-time or full-time work, but works freelance on the side, which is me. That's what I do. I still freelance with my reoccurring clients, my good clients, and I do a full-time job. Yes, it's more work, but who doesn't want money? So hybrid work, you're going to make sure in your contract that you're able to work outside. But for what I do is I just work out of my work hours, obviously, and do jobs on top to get me that extra bit of side income. That can create a massive difference and can really help. So yes, you still need to do your taxes and you lose quite a lot. You get taxed quite a bit because you're on a full-time job, but it's a little bit of extra income to really help you and really bolster your income. The downside is that you obviously have less free time, but if you wanted to grow in your career and get as far and as awful as this sounds, paid the most amount of money, you're gonna have to sacrifice some of that free time to do something that you love. And I love video editing. I love, all parts of it. That's a choice I made. So yeah, you could be a hybrid, do a bit of everything. Who doesn't want to do that? And I would recommend for you all to do that, as long as your contract states it. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Like the video, comment down below what your editing software of choice is, and have a lovely day. I will see you in the next one.